Today we're going to be making one of Trader Joe's most popular items keto. And that's because we thought it was keto when we bought it, and it turns out it's not. Trader Joe's has a massive following in the United States, and Sarah and I don't go there often because we don't have one close to our houses. But we had a friend tell us that we absolutely needed to try the cauliflower gnocchi. Is that how you say gnocchi?
Gnocchi.
Gnocchi. Come for the cooking, stay for the mispronunciation of everything.
Gnocchi. Gnocchi.
I said it right. So we were talking to one of our friends and she said, you have to try the cauliflower gnocchi from Trader Joe's. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is a perfect keto option for us. I haven't had gnocchi in such a long time. I definitely want to try it. So we go there and Sarah buys a bunch of flowers and, we buy a bunch of other things. And then we went to grab the gnocchi and I put it in the cart and I didn't look at it. So when we came back home, I started to look at the package and I discovered that 1 cup of this frozen gnocchi is 16 net carbs, and there's no way that I'm gonna eat a cup of this. So this size is a cup. So I thought, it's got cauliflower in it. What's the point? Okay, so this is a small lesson that you have to learn on keto, and obviously 4 years into this lifestyle, we haven't learned it still, that just because it says that it has cauliflower in it doesn't necessarily mean that it's keto or even that much better than its flour counterpart, other than the fact that it might not have like wheat in it or something. So Sarah actually bought the regular gnocchi for her husband because he eats non-keto some of the time. You would think that this must have like 100 carbs in it, right? Per serving. No, this one has 26 grams of total carbs, 2 grams of dietary fiber, so it has 24. This one has 16. So we have it, we bought it, we purchased it, and so that's on us that we did not look at it. Sarah and I started looking up recipes, trying to figure out one that had a way lower amount of carbs so that we can make them and compare them to the Trader Joe's counterpart. And in the beginning we were going towards using a cauliflower as a replacement, but I can just hear the booing in the background because we use cauliflower so much. So when Sarah came across this recipe for keto ricotta gnocchi, I said, let's try this one instead because so many of you guys are sick of cauliflower. So this recipe seems pretty easy and straightforward, so we're excited to try it. Although it is us, and you know us in the kitchen, sometimes a 30-minute recipe can turn into hours. But if you do want to save some time on cooking or just not cook at all, that brings us to the sponsor of this video, Factor. Factor reached out to us about a year ago and said, hey, do you guys want to try our keto-friendly meals? And we said sure, but we did not understand how much we were going to love them until we got to try them ourselves. After we tried it, we said yes, we would love to have you guys sponsor videos on our channel because Sarah and I, we do a lot of cooking on the weekends, but during the week, honestly, Factor has saved us so much time and frustration. Sarah and I literally go online, choose the meals that we want every week. It comes to our door, we unpack it, we put it in the fridge, we take out the meal that we want to eat, we put it in the microwave, and it is a fresh, delicious meal that is keto friendly in under 3 minutes. They also have a variety of add-on options like fat bombs, cookies, dried jerky, and more. Some of our favorites are the keto mushroom burger, the chicken piccata, divine, and anything that has Peruvian in the title, like chicken or shrimp, is definitely one to get. And if you have someone at home that isn't keto, well, Factor is perfect for them too because they have a variety of different menu options, including keto, calorie smart, and chef's favorites. So if you guys are ready to try Factor, you can use our link in the description and code KETOTWIN60 to get $60 off your first box from Factor. This recipe is by sugarfreelondoner.com. We're gonna leave a link to this recipe in the description below. The reviews are really good and it looks really, really tasty. So this gnocchi only has about 4.8 net carbs per serving, which is a big improvement. You're gonna be needing an egg, ricotta cheese, xanthan gum, psyllium husk powder, coconut flour, grated Parmesan, and salt. So the other interesting thing about this recipe, which is why we decided to try it, is that it has coconut flour in it. So it's almond flour free. Sarah and I typically use almond flour a lot on our channel because we buy it in bulk and it's the thing that we're used to. The couple times we've used coconut flour in the past, we found that we could taste the coconut in it. And while I like coconut in some applications, I don't necessarily want to taste it and everything. But she did mention that you can't taste the coconut flour in this recipe, which I like a lot. So we did buy a bag of coconut flour. So the creator of this recipe served her gnocchi with a sage butter sauce. And we've done that a lot on our channel. We really love it. But we thought that we are just going to go in with some of this truffle oil. This is by the company Truff, and it's olive oil infused with black winter truffle, and it comes with a really cool bottle, and I'm excited to try it. The first step is to crack an egg in a mixing bowl and whisk it on high for about a minute. Next up, you're gonna add in your ricotta, Parmesan, and salt to the same bowl with the egg in it, and you're gonna whisk that until it's completely smooth, like this. It doesn't look that smooth, but it is. The next step is to add in your coconut flour, psyllium husk, and xanthan gum. I've decided to add the xanthan gum and the psyllium husk together because it's kind of difficult to get xanthan gum to spread evenly unless you distribute it in something else, I found. So I added those two together. I mixed them really well. So I sprinkled on my coconut flour onto the top, and then I added in the combination of the psyllium husk powder with the xanthan gum, and I sprinkled that on top, and then I combined it again with a whisk, and then I scraped down the sides of the bowl and kind of combined it into like one log. And then I put it into the freezer for about 15 minutes. You could put it in the refrigerator for an hour. So here's our ball of dough. Is it dough? We are going to spray my hands with a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to roll this into a ball. I'm going to split that ball into 4 sections. I'm going to roll out each ball into a log, and that's what I'm going to do so far. Excuse me. If you have a problem with the way that these things are turning out, I beg you to challenge me to a rolling competition. So here they are. That's what they're gonna look like. I tried my best. I really did. I put effort into this. That's the sad part. So we're gonna cut these into like 1 inch, right?
1 to 1.5.
1 to 1.5 inch pieces, and then we're going to try to form our gnocchi. You can use a gnocchi board for this, but we've never made gnocchi before, so we don't have a board for it. So we're just gonna be using a fork to try to give it that kind of pressed down vibe.
We're gonna be rolling those into a ball anyway, kind of. Yeah. I think they're looking pretty good.
Really?
Sure.
Really?
I have to be positive at this step in the video. Here's the ball.
And then this way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Just softly, not too hard. They say it's gonna fall apart. You just kind of want to run it to get that. Yeah. Here.
Look at that! How long is this gonna take? 1, 2. If it takes me 1 minute for gnocchi, which it has been so far, we will see you in 30 minutes. Okay. That's mine. That's yours. So here we have a backseat gnocchi roller coming here to say that she thinks she can do a better job.
I didn't say the rolling part. I meant the other part.
We're gonna be putting these back in the freezer for like 20 minutes. You want them to be kind of frozen because you don't want them to fall apart in the hot oil. But you can use this step to like save some. You can keep this in your freezer for about 3 months and then fry them up when you want to, which is really cool. We're gonna be cooking these ricotta gnocchi in the truffle oil. Then we're gonna be cooking up some of the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi in the same way.
There are no artisanal designs.
Look at these ridges. Ours are cuter.
Let me see before they go in. So these are the Trader Joe's gnocchi, cauliflower. Place them in there. We're gonna brown them on both sides. They look good. That's kind of why I picked this recipe. I really like that brownness on that one side.
We're going to dress them in a plate, maybe add a little garnish, and then we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna compare the two to see if they're worth it to save the carbs. So here we have our gnocchi. We're gonna try the Trader Joe's one first just because we have never eaten it before, so we're excited to test it out. It does have more carbs in it, but it's made of cauliflower, so let's give it a go. Definitely smell the cauliflower.
Oh yeah, definitely smell like cauliflower.
It definitely tastes like cauliflower, but it does have like a nice shell on it on the outside, which I'm not sure how they accomplished that. Probably like potato starch or something that they add to it. So this is on the dirtier side, but it does have like a chewy type of texture. I like it.
Yeah.
I can see why people really, really like this product. It's delicious. It's just that we made about a cup of it, and so we're eating it right now, and so that's about 8 grams of net carbs, which is a lot.
Right.
This is not enough to sustain me as a human. I would want to eat way more, probably the whole bag.
Yeah.
Is it worth the carbs? I don't know. We'll see when we go to the next one.
I do like the truffle oil with this as well, and the butter. Simple flavors, but really flavorful. Can this ricotta gnocchi recipe beat Trader Joe's? We'll see.
First off, I'm not smelling any of the coconut. That's what I was worried about. I did smell it before it was cooking, though. I just smell truffle and black pepper.
And I really like the nice browning that it gets on the outside.
Let's try it. Crispy on the outside, but way softer than
like
the
pillowy on the inside. I really like it. It's delicious. Like Emily said before, we don't really cook a lot with coconut flour because we don't like the taste of it. Do you taste it at all here?
No.
No, I don't either.
This is really, really good, you guys.
Kind of reminds me of like a dumpling almost too.
And for what, 4.8 net carbs per serving? It's really, really
For
good.
like 13 of them or something. That's
13
not bad.
gnocchi is about 4.8 net carbs. This is going to be my favorite of the day. But one of the really great things about this recipe, you guys, is that you can make them ahead and keep them in the freezer for up to 3 months. So imagine you can keep them in little Ziploc bags. Just make sure to get all of the air out of them. Keep them into portions, and you can have gnocchi at any time.
Yeah, it didn't take long to heat up at all.
No.
Only a couple minutes. And I'm really loving this truffle flavor right now.
So it's such a simple recipe. You could also do pesto, or you can also do like a tomato-based sauce, but I just like the classic truffle oil or maybe a sage and butter sauce.
So if you guys have any keto Trader Joe's favorites, we would love to hear what you guys buy at Trader Joe's so that we can try it. And if you guys want to see the video where we made a mushroom and leek ravioli that was absolutely delicious using a hack that we've used here multiple times on our channel, click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.
Done.